All right, it is around 4:30 in the morning. I'm on my way to work right now. My shift starts at 5 a.m. and I get off at 2 o'clock. And I'm about halfway there. Probably got about another mile to go. Decided to bust out the phone, make a little video. I know my halfway when I hit Walmart. I don't know if you can see it there in the background, but yeah. And as I was thinking on this peaceful night, you know, no traffic, no nothing like that. One of the mistakes I really made this past 9 months that I've been out here in San Antonio is I was too dependent on my parents. If that makes sense, okay? I was way too dependent on my parents and not dependent on myself. And what I failed to realize was that now that I'm out here, right, I have no obligations to any children, right? I do have an obligation to myself, you know, my dreams and my family, of course, but I don't have anything truly depending on me as of this moment. So the amount of risk and stuff like that I can take are substantially higher, calculated risk are substantially higher than most people's. And dude, one thing I just realized, man, of course I was just way too dependent on my family and not dependent enough on myself. Like, I could literally come out here, right? I have 24 hours in a day, right? I don't have any places to be, so I got a job, right? And the reason why I got a job was because, you know, I was, you know, becoming a so-called entrepreneur, and I thought I could just quit my job and start a business and I'd be making money. Well, you know, kind of takes time. If you're actually starting a good business, it actually takes time before you actually start kicking in some money to support, you know, what you're doing. It takes time, and I didn't realize that. I thought I could just up and out it and make some freaking dough, you know? So, let's see what we got right here. The bus stop. But yeah, I thought I could just start and, you know, make some money right off the bat, but that was kind of wrong thinking. Really, it was like the thinking I should have had was, what kind of opportunities do I have at this moment, and how can I best like take advantage of those with the amount of the tools and the time that I do have. And well, now that I understand that I gotta, you know, can be completely dependent on myself and that I do have 24 hours. My first job is from 5 a.m. to 2 in the afternoon. And I'm actually gonna go pull a part-time at one of these restaurants around here. It even says now hiring right there. Well, you can't see because it's nighttime. And I'm gonna pull a part-time for the night. You know, just work some maybe like 3-4 nights a week, get an extra maybe 20 hours a week, so I'll be pumping in around 60 hours of work, which I feel like some people would complain about, but I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm walking to work, and have never been more grateful for my legs, you know. It sounds probably kind of corny, but I'm extremely grateful for my legs. Extremely grateful for my legs. And since I do have them, and I have 24 hours in a day, I'm going to use, you know, every minute I got, because I do not have a car, because my dumb ass sold it in December. So pretty stupid move, but live and learn. Needed the money, you know, to get on my feet, so did what I had to do. But yeah, so I'm going to use the amount of time and the energy I do have. I'm going to get a second job. I'm gonna use that job to get another car, right? Now, as I get a car, there's certain things I could do now to make money using that car, so it won't be a liability. It'll be more of an asset, you know? Things that cost you money are more liability than they are assets. And, you know, now they have these companies where you can rent out your car to people and make, you know, some dough So that's kind of my plan to do it, you know, maybe a weekend or 2 weekends a month, rent my car out. And because my jobs are like literally about 2 miles from where I live, which, you know, I'm extremely grateful for as well. And so yeah, I could rent my car out and have that money coming in from the car put to my car note and possibly insurance. You know, of course you have gas and maintenance fees and stuff like that, but as long as the car isn't costing me anything, we'll be A1, you know. So that's an idea, a thought of how I'm gonna not lose the car, because as time progresses, I'm thinking about staying at this part-time for maybe a month or two, right? And leaving that, because I have a commission-based job right now with Transamerica and World Financial Group for selling insurance, right? And you know, it's completely you put in, you take out what you put in. So, you know, I'm not going to use the car thing as an excuse, but because I still go to all the meetings, I still do all the training, I still, you know, whatever I have to go, I'm going to go do it. Even in real estate, when I was looking for houses, I didn't have a car. I didn't make an excuse. I couldn't go look for houses and prospecting because I didn't have a car. I still took the bus and rode my bike in neighborhoods looking for houses. So, but yeah, it is time consuming walking to work. Like, I have to leave an hour early just because I have to walk to this fucking job, you know. So a car is like, if I drove, it's 2.5 miles. So if I drove and it's 4 o'clock in the morning, it'd probably take me like 12 minutes to get there. Probably not even that, you know. So, but yeah, you know, lesson learned, don't be dependent. I'm 19 years old, by the way. Don't be dependent. What's today's date? Today is June 27th of 2016 at bus stop 96 right now, but to take a little break. I'm a little early. But yeah, lesson learned, don't be dependent on anybody but yourself. Usually when you depend on others, you get screwed over. So I trust myself more than anybody, and probably be a good idea that you do the same. But yeah, key takeaway from this video: depend on yourself, don't depend on others. Everyone has 24 hours in a day. It's the best idea that you use all 24 hours. Good advice that I took from someone was, I mean, you're in a really good position if you can make money while you're sleeping. So I'm going to take that advice right there, and I'm going to use the heck out of it. But yeah, anyways, I'm getting close in at work. So I work at Ibex Global, by the way. Probably won't matter by the time I publish this video, you know. But yeah, you know, whatever it is, man, just be grateful for what you have, dude. Like I said, I'm extremely grateful for my legs. I'm extremely grateful that I have a lovely apartment to stay at. You know, I still got family. And yeah, I'm telling you, man, just be grateful.